long time since I've done a tag video, so I thought let's do one with a sexy name. My first time. Okay, so I've got the questions here. First YouTube video. Well, that would be my everyday goth makeup tutorial, and I did that one because people were always asking me, how long does it take you to do your makeup? How do you do it? Blah blah blah. So I thought, well, if I make a video, then I can just refer people onto the video. It was quite popular, and before I knew it, I was making new videos every week, and here we are, more than a year later. Wow. First person you subscribe to on YouTube. That would be the British Monarchy channel. It's very interesting to see what they're up to. Okay. First Facebook profile pic. Oh, don't do this to me. Do you still talk to your first love? Yes, I do. We are friends. When you've broken up from a relationship and it was a good breakup or whatever, you may as well still be friends because you obviously got on, right? What was your first alcoholic drink? It was possibly the time that my mother was forcing me to drink wine when I was young so that I wouldn't like it when I was older. Well, that didn't work, did it? Sorry, Mama. I guess my first proper alcoholic drink was Smirnoff vodka, Black Label. What was your first job? My first job was when I was 12 years old, and my job was to go from door to door selling sweets for this charity organisation, and I got paid absolute pittance for it, but 12 years old, whatever. It's illegal to do that now. It's illegal to sell things door to door, and it's illegal to employ a 12-year-old. Yeah, I was a door-to-door candy salesperson. What was your first car? My first car was a slightly better version of the car I have now. 96 Toyota Starlet. It's not the sort of car I would choose for myself. It's a very generous gift from my grandfather as incentive to learn to drive. Who was the first person to text you today? If anybody texts me today, I wouldn't know because my phone's off and I don't know where it is. Like, I almost never use my phone. I'm not a phone person. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? It was probably my cat because she came and woke me up. She's a person. She counts as a person. Who was your first grade teacher? Well, we never called it grade, but that would be J1 or Primal 1 for me. And my teacher was Mrs. Ledbetter, and she was lovely. Where did you go on your first ride on an aeroplane? Ooh, I went to Australia. Terribly exciting and adventurous for a New Zealander to do, but yes, I went to Australia. It was my first time on an aeroplane, and I was 11 years old. Who was your first best friend, and did you still talk? My first best friend, we met in preschool, kindergarten, and we were friends for years and years, and we were the only two little ginger kids in our class at school. We're Facebook friends now, so kinda. If I ran into her, we'd totally talk and hang out and stuff, I think. Where was your first sleepover? Don't know. Must have been about 400 years ago, so I can't remember, but we had a lot of sleepovers and stuff when I was a little kid at school. What was the first concert you ever went to? The Irish Rovers. First broken bone. I have never broken a bone, never, which is amazing because I was an ice skater for 10 years and I fell over a lot. In fact, that hasn't changed. I fell over yesterday on my way home from the gym. Fortunately, there was only one person around to watch, but 10 years of ice skating prepared me for falling over gracefully, so I'm quite good at falling over. First piercing. Well, apart from having my ears pierced when I was 4, that would be this little one in the centre of my lip, my vertical labret. I love that one. First foreign country you've gone to. Apart from Australia, the first foreign country I went to was Japan when I was 12, because I was like obsessed with the idea of going to Japan when I was 12. So this is how my family rolls, and it's kind of how I roll as well when it comes to being spontaneous. I was picked up from school on the Wednesday and my mother said, guess where you're going on Friday? So I went to Japan. First movie you remember seeing? At the cinema, I guess? It was either Jurassic Park or Jumanji. I know that I went to ones before that, but I cannot remember what they were. When was your first detention? My first and only detention was in Form 1 when I was 11. I don't remember what it was for. It wasn't that bad a detention, really. Who was your first roommate? I lived with these two guys that I worked with. When I worked in the supermarket bakery, they worked together next door in the butchery. So we were friends and we lived together for a while. If you had one wish, what would it be? How is that a first? Why is this question in here? Fuck, I don't know. It would just be to be able to fly, I guess. If it could be anything. To be able to fly or live forever. stay young and lovely forever, perhaps. Flying would be fucking amazing though. Then I wouldn't have to pay for airfares, I could just fly everywhere. What was the first sport you were involved in? Like I said, I was an ice skater for 10 years. Before that, I actually did roller skating. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Probably check my social media stuff. If you want to follow me on any of my social media stuff, the links are always in the description box below because I'm on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. When was your first kiss? Oh. When I was sweet 16. Had a gig. Sweet 16 and never been kissed until later that year. First tweet. I'm gonna have to actually look for this. That could be hard. It will be nothing interesting as well. Like I will look for it and it will be not worth looking for. It'll be like, I'm on Twitter now or something stupid like that. Oh god, scrolling through Twitter and there's lots of pictures of my stupid face and stuff that I was up to ages ago. Here's a random one from like a year and a half ago. Pro tip. Don't try having important conversations after 11 cocktails. I think that's just sound advice anyway, isn't it? What was the first thing you did this morning? That would be the first thing I do every morning, which is grab an energy drink. I always have energy drinks in my fridge. I can't start my day without one. I'm not even kidding. I'm just a useless person-shaped entity until I've had my first energy drink, and it is usually be fluffy. Alright, well I think that looks like all the questions. Maybe you'd like to answer a first for me. Why don't you answer that one that I thought was quite a hard question, like if you had one wish, what would it be? Or if you want, you can just open up the description box and all the questions are in there and you can pick a question and tell me your first whatever, like your first kiss or your first job, or choose one, it'll be fun. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my lovely channel. I make videos at least twice weekly. As always, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye!